Hello students. So in the previous session we saw the overview of C. Also we saw various features of C and the applications of C programming. In this session we are going to see the basic concepts of C programming. So for better understanding, consider this program. It's a small sample program of 2-3 lines. So generally we see all the 2-3 lines common in all C programs. So you always see this hash include statement in all the C programs. You always see this int main, but what is the meaning of those lines? That we are going to see in today's session. Okay, so we'll start with the first statement of the program, which is hash include statement. Now what is the meaning of this hash? What is the meaning of this include? So why only hash? Why not the other symbol used? So if you're getting such questions, then you're on the right track. But if you're not getting such question, then you should start thinking in that way. I always tell my students that when you get such type of questions, you automatically try to find out answers of those questions, and ultimately you learn the concept better. Okay, so try to think that way, that why only hash, why not the other symbol? So I'll tell you the answer. See here, see the diagram. So basically when C was developed, at that time C library was also developed. Basically the C library consists of the header files. Okay, now what is there in the header file? Header file includes predefined function, which means there are certain functions whose tasks are already defined into the C library. Okay, so the functions which are predefined, they are also called as library functions. Why? Because they are defined inside C library. So the predefined functions are called as library functions because they are defined inside the library. But these functions are stored inside header files, and the header files, all the header files are stored inside the library. Okay, so are you getting my point? Now consider the printf statement. What is the role of printf statement? What is the task of printf statement? To print something on the output screen, right? But when you use printf statement in the program, you don't need to define the task of that printf statement because it is already defined inside the library. So if you want to use predefined statements, predefined functions from the library, you have to include their header file. Understand? Now when C library was developed, at the same time meaning of hash symbol was also given. Now what was the meaning given to hash statement, hash symbol? So it is a preprocessor directive. That means role of hash symbol is to direct your processor to include these files. Okay, so it will indicate your processor, or it will direct your processor to include something in your program. Now what needs to be included? So it will include contents of the header files stdio.h. Now I already explained you what is header file. So basically all the predefined functions are defined inside header files, which is part of your C library. Okay, so if you want to include the functions which are defined already in the library, you have to include their header files. Okay, so consider here stdio.h is a header file. Now how you will understand that this particular file is a header file? With the help of .h extension. .h extension indicates that it is a header file. Also this bracket indicates that it is a header file. Okay, now which functions are defined inside stdio.h library? Stdio.h header file, mainly printf and scanf. These functions are defined inside stdio.h header file. Now what is this stdio stands for? So basically stdio stands for standard input output. So whatever functions related to your input and output, so printf and scanf, they both are related to your input and output. That is why these functions are defined inside stdio.h header file. Okay, clear? The input or output functions printf and scanf as well as some macro definitions are stored in standard input or output stdio.h header file. So if you want to include printf in your program or scanf in your program, what you have to do? You have to include stdio.h header file in the program. Now consider if you have not included stdio.h in the program, what will happen? You will not be able to access these functions. Simple. Okay. Now using hash include preprocessor directive, we can include other header files as well. Now like stdio.h, there are many header files present in the C library. So if you want to include those header files also, you have to use hash include statement and name of the header file, and then you can simply use those header file in the program. Okay. The choice of a particular header file depends on programming situation in hand, meaning what? Which function you want in your program, that will decide which header file you should include in the program. Now if you know that you want printf in your program, then ultimately you have to include stdio.h in your program. Okay, so the choice of particular header file depends on what? The programming situation in hand. I hope you're clear with the first statement, which is hash include stdio.h. Okay, now moving on to the second statement, which is comment statement. Now consider the same program. Here what you see as a second line, you see that something is written inside this symbol. What is this? Slash and asterisk. What is written inside this symbol? This is a sample program. Now this particular statement is a comment statement. Now what do you mean by that? See here, this is a sample program, is a comment statement. It specifies the descriptive statements related to the program, meaning what? Whatever description you want to include in the program, that you can include with the help of these symbols. So if you want to write description about your program or description about your statement, then you will use this symbol to give the descriptive part. Okay. Now the statements and the comment statements will not get executed. How? Because the compiler treats the sequence of character enclosed within this symbol as wide space character. Okay, so what compiler will do? Compiler will treat this sequence of character as wide space, and it will skip the execution. Okay, so that is how the comment statement will not get executed, because your compiler treats the sequence of character as wide space character, and hence it will skip from execution. Okay, so the comment statements are primarily used to include certain key information about the programming logic. Now consider if you are working on one program, you understood the program very well, you write the code, but if third person comes and he want to work on your program, then he need to understand that program. So for better understanding, you include comment statements in your program so that third person will understand your program easily. Okay, it helps the other programmers to easily update the program whenever required. In C language, there are two types of comments which are possible. First is single line comment and second is multiple line comments. Now what is the difference between single line comment? This particular comment is a single line comment, and multiple line comments means what? Multiple lines are included inside comment statements. So if you want to include single line comment in your program, you can use this symbol also, double slash. You can use double slash, and whatever you want to use as a comment, you can write it here. Okay, and if you want to include multiple lines as comment statement, then you can use this symbol as multiple line comment. So multiple lines can be converted into comment statement. Okay, now moving on to the next and very important, very important concept of C programming is main function. Now what is the third line after comment statement? What is the third line of your program? It is int main. Now main is what? Now as I told you in the beginning itself, C the statements we write in C, they are written in simple English language. So main means what? Your main program starts from this line. Okay, straightforward. This is the starting point of program execution. The moment you see main in your program, you should understand that your main program is going to start from this particular line. Okay, so this is the starting point of program execution. Then it is the point at which execution of program is started. When a C program is executed, the execution control goes directly to main function. So when your main program starts, execution of the program is handed over to your main function. Okay, it redirects the control to the other functions included in the program. Now main function will redirect the control to the other functions which are there in your program. The control is sent back to the main function at the end of the called function or when the return statement is encountered. Meaning what? If your control is being passed from main to the other function of your program, then that control will be returned back to your main function when you see that the function, called function, is over. At that time the control will be given back to the main, or when you see return 0 in the program, at that time the control will be sent back to the main. So there are basically two cases in which, or two situations in which the control will be sent back to the main. One is at the end of called program completion, and second is at the as soon as your program comes across return 0 statement. Okay, so the syntax of writing main function in your program is this. You have to mention the return type. Now what is this return type? Here it is integer, here it is void. What do you mean by that? So in return type indicates whether your function is returning something or not. If your function is not returning anything, then you can use void. But if your function is returning anything, then your function return type will be int. Or depending on what value it returns, it may vary. It will be float if your function is returning float type of value. It may be character if your function is returning character type of value. So it depends on what type of value your function is returning. Okay, so void is a keyword in C language. Void means nothing. Whenever we use a void as function return type, then that function nothing return. Whenever you see return type as void, that means your function is not at all returning anything to the function to the main program. Okay, but whenever you see return type as int, that means your function is returning integer type of value. Okay, in place of void we can also use int return type of main function at the time main return integer type value. That's what I told you. So I hope you have understood main function clearly. Still, if you have any doubt, please feel free to ask me questions in the comment box. I'm always here to answer your queries. Okay, now moving on to the next basic concept of C programming. Now see the last two lines of programs. See these two lines, printf and return 0. What is the role of these two lines? Okay, so printf is a predefined function. As I told you earlier as well, it is a predefined function which is stored inside the header file stdio.h. So if you want to include printf function, then you have to include stdio.h header file in your program. Okay, now by using this function we can print the data or user defined message on the console. So with the help of this printf statement, whatever you want to print, that you can print on the output screen. So what do you mean by console? Console is nothing but it is a scientific name of the monitor or the computer screen. So don't get confused when I say console. Console is nothing but your output screen or your computer screen. Okay, so basically printf statement is used for printing the data or printing string on the output console. So there's a syntax for printf statement. So the syntax is printf, and whatever you want to print, that will be written in the double quotes. See here, I have written welcome to C programming, that is in the double quote, and after that, to terminate this statement, I'm using semicolon to end the statement. Okay, now what is return 0? Now as I told you earlier as well, the main function is generally supposed to return a value, and after it returns something, it finishes the execution. Since I'm using main return type of main as integer, that means it should return some integer value. That is why I'm returning 0. Also, return 0 has some more significance to it. When you return 0, that means the function is executed successfully. Whereas when you return non-zero value here, it indicates that your function is not executed successfully. Okay, so that is what is given here. The return 0 means success, and returning a non-zero number means failure of the function. Okay, so as soon as you see return 0, that means your function got successfully executed. Okay, thus we return 0 at the end of main function. So these are the basic concepts, these are the basic programming concepts which we studied. Now all these concepts, all these program statements, I will explain or demonstrate all these to you when we will see the actual programming part. So in the next session I will give you demonstration, or I will execute this particular program and show you how you get the output on the output screen. Okay, so thank you everyone, bye bye, take care.